Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and Blizzard probably did one of the best things regarding alts and being able to play alts with the Tuesday being released as of, is it actually today? I guess technically yesterday is Tuesday because it is 4 in the morning where I'm at. But on Tuesday we got released, and if everybody's been keeping up with their AP and artifact knowledge, then you got your artifact knowledge 40. But then you're probably pleasantly surprised to see that when you give out, let's say, AP to your other alts, it doesn't just start them at 35 as many of us expected. It actually just gives you straight up 40. Gives you 40 AP on whatever alt you want. That is honestly the best way of going about it. With Legion, one of the questions was, I can't really play my alts as effectively. You can't really play all alts as efficiently because you have all the AP and the knowledge you have to farm. It's a lot of time gating, and not everybody's happy about it. And there's issues with it, but for the most part, I would say it's a pretty decent system, and it works out, but it's just that time gating is what most people are unhappy about. Well, with this basically means you can just focus on your main and continue farming on your main, farming all the AP on your main while you're gaining all that artifact knowledge. You can do a little bit here and there with your alts, but if you straight up just want to catch up now, that's it. You just gotta have somebody with AK-40, and now you can catch up your alts as much as you want because you have the full benefit of the AP, and it just makes that transition that much smoother. I'm not sure if they did this for patch 7.2.5 because that patch is coming in with some changes to classes, and it would make sense to have some system like this get adapted ahead of time to give people at least a week or two before the patch 7.2.5 comes out. It's really hard to tell whether it's a week or 2 weeks, but with this system you're able to get an ult, whether let's say you want a PvE and you want to just fill out your roster, whether you want somebody else on your team to swap to another specialization, or even re-roll a whole another class, catch up with your AP so you can fill in the holes and the spots within the I guess the raid environment. But this also works for PvP as well, because people are able to respec to either flavor of the month or a specialization that's going to be simply better for PvP, or to be able to play alts. One of the best things about this, for me in particular, is the fact that I'm able to play alts. And I guess in the past you were able to play alts, but you guys know I go ham in this game. I go hard, I go on my rogue, I main my Outlaw spec until the very end. And as soon as patch 7.2 rolled out with even more AP to grind, you know, I was just sinking everything into Outlaw Rogue. And I'm gonna probably continue doing the same thing. Sinking into Outlaw until the very end of eternity, and I'll probably start using my alt Rogue, who actually has enough AK artifact knowledge to catch up in terms of AP. I'll start sinking Assassination Subtlety into that spec, or into that Rogue in particular. I think it'll be a lot more fun, and I can focus, really focus on Outlaw. I do play my alts from time to time, but if you really want to truly play your alts, I guess you can just, you know, have a bit of fun to this guy, have a bit of fun on this guy, have a bit of fun on this guy. But when you're farming the same world quest day in and day out, eventually it gets pretty boring, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will agree with me on that. You're just farming these points back to back to back to back, doing the same exact dailies over and over and over, and this AK-40 basically gets you ability to catch up and be more beneficial on your ult, because having not as much AP and not as many specific traits really is a detriment, especially in PvP. Let's say you're playing an Outlaw Rogue without the extra 4 traits that were added. You're not playing with that 10% damage increase through your artifact weapon. You're not playing with the chance, or with the Drone Rush giving you a double roll. You really are missing out on a lot of damage, be it from PvE or PvP perspective. And it really is a detriment to you. I would say same thing on the Shadow Priest. When you're missing things like your dot damage is not quite as heavy, you are losing out damage in BGs. Maybe the new traits are more PvE related in terms of the haze that it provides, but some of the other ones definitely is a PvP increase. And I feel like they affect PvP even more, because the artifact weapon damage bonuses, like the flat ones, are even more effective than the item level increases, because we only get 1% every 10 item levels increase. So you would get like literally flat 4%, 5%, 10% damage buffs in different aspects of your class, or healing or tanking with your AP and PvP. But then the gear you get, every 10 item levels, it's only 1% damage increase. So this helps out a lot too, in order to get people to catch up the characters. But the best part of all this is the fact that it doesn't feel as punishing anymore to play an ult, because that's kind of what it felt like. It felt that with all the AP grind and having to get AK as well, and then having to maintain the character as thoroughly as possible, it just felt kind of unforgiving. So you basically had to dedicate a lot more time into the game. And I'm somebody who likes dedicating time into World of Warcraft. I feel like if you want to get good at a game, you should be able to be allowed to dedicate a lot of time into it. But it basically meant that somebody who, let's say, doesn't have a job, maybe in high school, has a lot of free time, is actually in a way getting ahead compared to somebody who doesn't have exactly the same time. So this kind of puts it more on a level playing field. If somebody, let's say, has a time and they're planning out of the weekend, they can get a lot of progress done within that weekend, as well as somebody who has a lot of free time and a bunch of alts that they want to maintain, and they have the free time, they have the opportunity for free time. That person is still going to be able to maintain that free time and be able to take advantage of the opportunity they get. So this basically allows people to continue making their alts viable, continue leveling their alts without having to, or I guess progressing their alts if not leveling, without having to feel super punished and feeling like you have to stick to one class, but not only one class, one specialization in particular. And I honestly just have to say thank you, Blizzard. This is actually one of the better ways of helping fix this whole AP and the alt specialization alt gameplay divide that I feel like we've been getting for quite some time now. And I feel that a lot of people are going to be more likely to just go play an alternative class because you can get the AP a lot quicker and a lot easier, and just kind of just get it over with and catch up to everybody else, because that's all we want to do. We want to kind of get in the game and just start PvPing, but that AK, the artifact knowledge, and the AP that you have to grind is usually a big enough deterrent where people just do not even want to, they just don't even want to invest the time it takes in order to even begin the process. So this definitely alleviates a lot of it. Anyway, I think this is it for me, guys. I just want to talk a little bit about AK. I've been doing a lot of arenas, so my videos, I have a lot of footage, but I simply just haven't had the time to edit. So I'm literally up until 4 in the morning playing arenas, and I just haven't had the time to edit whatsoever. I'm definitely going to get on that as soon as I can. I'm trying to get my ass up as early as like 6 in the morning, 2 hours of sleep, but I'm definitely going to be back on schedule. So if you guys are not a big fan of these type of just discussion videos, then I do apologize ahead of time, but I am going to get my shit together real soon. I just been really busy, having a lot of fun PvPing in general, playing my good old favorite Outlaw Rogue, so a lot of videos coming out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in another video.